Wanted to make a quick video for literacy support teachers to show you a couple of tricks in Istation. So regardless of the class that you go to, you have a roster of students here on the first column that's listed. And this little 3 bars over here to the left of the student name really is helpful. So when you click there, you can actually edit the student's profile. And why this is helpful is because you can change the directions in the Istation program to Spanish. So if you would like to do that, again, if the assessment is already in Spanish, it won't matter because it'll all be Spanish. But if students are taking the English math, for example, since math is only available in one language, you may want to switch those directions to Spanish. And it won't change the content, but it will change the directions only to that new language. So I'm going to leave this one alone. I don't want to update anything that I did not get permission for. The other thing I want to show you is when you're on, or when the teachers are on their classroom page, they can see which students are on Istation right then. So for example, I can see these 2 students are on Istation right now, and that's because I see this green font and it says online for 6 minutes, online for 5 minutes. That tells me that these students are on Istation right now as I'm making this video, because this is a live page. So that's another important thing to point out for teachers, especially when you see that students, have been on for, 40 minutes plus. The teacher might want to give a phone call and tell the students they are done for the day, because we definitely don't want students to be inundated with Istation and hit that frustration. That's not the goal. The last thing I wanted to show is just like, for example, here, there's a student that has worked for 33 minutes, yet her ISIP reading is not completed yet. So I want to know why. I'm going to go back over to those 3 little bars to the left of the name, and I'm going to click Session Activity Detail. This is going to give me a really great breakdown. So when it first opens, it's going to give you all the dates that this student has logged into the Istation program. So you can look by date. So I can see that yesterday the student logged on for 17 minutes and then again for 0 minutes. So I'm going to look at the 17 minutes because there's probably something there that I can find useful. So I'm going to click on the date. Once you click on the date, it populates a new box to tell you exactly what this student was working on. Now, this is a primary student, so she was taking the ISIP early reading assessment, which is correct, so that's good to know. I can see that she finished this section of the ISIP yesterday, the vocabulary section, because her final score is listed. So that's definitely important for you to know is as they finish different, sessions. This one here, the early reading phonemic awareness, it looks like it's not completed because there's not a final score. So when this student logs back into Istation, it will remember where she's at and take her right to that area of the ISIP assessment so she can finish. But it is nice to be able to tell what they were working on. Lastly, if you want the details, you click on one of the activities. So since she finished vocabulary, I will click there and it'll populate another box. This will be helpful for teachers to be able to see what was the question, what was the response from the student. You can see here she took a little too long to answer, and so it gave her a score of 0 and moved her on to the next question. So they can see the questions, the response the student selected, how many points they got, if they got it's 0 or 1, they didn't get it right or they did, and then how long it took them to answer. So that's also important to be able to share with teachers. So that's it. Just wanted to share those tips with you. Thanks.